get these people who come to my museum. You guys have all been there. You've probably even thought about doing this, the two men in the audience, where women will come in and they'll go in, and then I'll go walking through my lobby. This happens about twice a week. And I'll see a man with a book just sitting in a corner of my lobby. And they're usually way hunched down, as in they want everyone to understand they were forced to even be in this building. Now, I don't get that much time to mingle around in the lobby, but I'm now going to tell you my favorite moment I get to experience every week. Because I never let that person alone, because that would just be too easy. So they'll be sitting there, and I'll say, hey, how you doing? And they'll be like, why is someone talking to me? And they'll be like, hey, and I'll say, hey, can I help you with something? As if I don't know what's going on. Can I help you with something? And they'll say, oh, well, my wife went in there, and I wasn't interested in that, so I'm waiting for it to be done, because apparently they don't get that this won't happen in 5 minutes. Or an hour and 5 minutes. And so I'll say, oh, okay, so she went in, and I said, you weren't interested in coming in? And come on in. I'll say, you weren't interested in going in? And they'll say, no, this isn't for me. So usually they'll just end with that. But the next sentence when they say it is, this is a woman's thing. Now, in you guys setting up this exhibit and getting help, and I'm asking Carla this exactly, how many men joked that this was a woman's thing you brought in? All of them.
Not all of them to our face, but I'm sure.
Yes, a number of them said that whole it's a women's thing. Here's the question to ask them the next time. If someone does wood sculpting, would you call that a men's thing? Would you say, would you guys sit outside and say, oh, I'm not going to go in there and see those wood sculpture, it's a men's thing? When you look at it that way, you see how belittling it is. So I'll go back to this person and I'll say, oh, you don't really like art? Because I skipped the whole other part. You don't really like art? And they're like, yeah, well, this just wouldn't be for me. And I'll say, I'll tell you what I'll do. Keep in mind, they have no idea who I am. And I'll say, I'll tell you what I'll do. You go in, and if you don't think it was worth your time, we'll give you your $10 back. No problem. Go ahead. That doesn't actually get them to do it, mind you, but they didn't see this coming. Go ahead. And usually they'll then say, who are you? This is one of my favorite moments in life. Because then I'll get to say, well, actually, I run the entire museum. Just the facial expression at that moment, if I could videotape this, I could put just that expression on YouTube. Because obviously in their world, this is not possible. Sometimes I will get them to go in, and by the way, to this day, I've never had to give a dime back.